May marks the beginning of the most significant season on Monkey Hill, the birthing season. This is the time when a year's worth of effort and dedication is realized within their matrilineal society. It is an occasion for celebration, except for these two, who stand on the cusp of transitioning from babyhood to juvenile. This was also the time when I first met Emily, with her two babies. It didn't happen with any fanfare or drama. She just naturally drawn my attention as she had two babies clinging to her. My first reaction was one of surprise, as twin births are extremely rare in their world. In the cases we know on Monkey Hill, the supposed twins were, in fact, adopted siblings, brought together by circumstances rather than biology. It didn't take me long to realize that this was another case of the former, as one baby was definitely bigger and more advanced than the other. The older and larger one, a boy, was named Breeze. While the smaller and younger one, a girl, was named Bambi. Emily belongs to a megatroop called Nula, in which approximately 70 to 80% of females have been sterilized over the years. That was one such sterilized female, with a tattoo on her chest. A sterilized female is unusually drawn to a newborn. And Emily has two, that females was attempting to grab one to babysit. Juggling two squirming babies was difficult enough for Emily, let alone fending off advances from the sterilized females in the troop. But in 99% of cases, these sterilized females mean well. Bambi was clumsy and clearly younger than Breeze by 1 to 2 weeks. As an average newborn bonds with their mother within the first few days of their life, Bambi's comfort with Emily indicates she was the adopted sibling. I don't know how Bambi ended up with Emily, but like the case with Amaya in 2020, my guess is she was an orphan and was picked up by Emily, who was already caring for her own son, Breeze. A remarkable display of maternal instinct prevailing against overwhelming odds. A true case of altruism. But it was becoming apparent that being the younger and weaker one, Bambi was getting elbowed out from the milk bar most of the time. With Breeze constantly monopolizing the milk bar, Bambi's chances of survival were in jeopardy. Her situation had to be monitored as best as I could. So the advantage wasn't one-sided to Breeze all the time. Bambi did get her turn at the milk bar. Perhaps Emily did operate some kind of staggered feeding schedule as best as she could all this while. Or else the weaker baby Bambi wouldn't have made it that far. If Emily could secure an adequate supply of food, the chances of both babies surviving would significantly increase. Assuming she had no problem with lactation, her milk production could meet up with the extra demand should there be enough calories. With the feeder's help, she could pull this extraordinary feat off. That same very evening on my way back, I bumped into Emily with her two babies again. So there was no coincidence, Emily was aware of Bambi's needs as well. Meanwhile, I had learnt from Monkeys Inc. that Emily was a first-time mum too. As much as I would love to follow up on Emily with her twins, it would be another 2 weeks before I bumped into them again. And it wasn't until rather late when I was on my way back. Seeing how caring and protective she was of her 2 babies, I could not help but admire Emily. A first-time mum who had taken upon herself the additional responsibility of raising another baby. 2 babies with strikingly different temperaments. Breeze, her biological son, was naturally timid, often preferring the comfort of her mum's embrace. In contrast, the adopted girl, Bambi, was a whirlwind of adventure and curiosity. It couldn't be an easy job raising a duo like this, but she seemed to have effortlessly aced it so far. She seemed to know how to juggle multiple jobs naturally. And more, she had to watch out for those pesky fingers of sterilized aunts and sisters constantly. Her boundless love fueled her with the energy and determination to care for 2 babies. Turning what might seem an exhaustive task into a fulfilling journey. Catching Emily with her twins was usually a chance event. Her unmistakable silhouette, accompanied by the two tiny infants nestled close to her, became a familiar sight though over the following weeks and months. The sight of the two tiny babies gingerly transitioning to a more solid diet before the end of June was the highlight of my every encounter with Emily and her twins. I longed to see them in broad daylight, but Nulla Troop's routine dictated otherwise. But something must have happened in early July, for I was beginning to see them during the daytime as well. Seeing Breeze out and about on his own was definitely a rare sight. Perhaps the twins were bigger, stronger and bolder then. Emily did not see the need to come under the cover of pre-dusk darkness anymore. The other purpose was likely to allow them to keenly observe and learn from her expertise in foraging. A mother is a teacher of everything and every skill in their world. The babies don't have the luxury of a nursery to go to. But it must have felt like a fun day for the babies. Not long afterwards, July saw more instances of Emily and her babies going about during the daytime, usually from 4 p.m. onward. By then, the two babies had grown so big that they had to ride in tandem. Their combined weight probably was nearly 3 kilo, almost over half of Emily's weight. Emily tirelessly carried the twins day in and day out, be it under the blazing sun or through pouring rain. Her unwavering dedication was truly remarkable. Tiredness was not in her book. The two babies were her world, her everything. They were the very essence of her existence, the reason her heart beat with unwavering determination. It was a fulfilling journey she would never be tired of making every single day. There is no greater strength and good in all the world than motherhood.